Hey there guys, I'm Dankz564 and this is continuation for Let's Play of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and here in Terabate's tent I found myself a half plate of Vigor plus 2, which makes it as good as full plate, with the exception, well, it doesn't give me dexterity. It should, like, give me dexterity bonus, but whatever. I will not talk about it more. So now I get plus 2 to Constitution as a bonus, which is nice. And now my health points are 69. Hey, so that means I won the game pretty much, right? And also, right, a storyteller told me a little bit about the Earthfall and the fact that Earthfall is, by the way, happened like 6,000 years ago, somewhere thereabout, or 7,000, something like that. Basically, a huge meteor fell on Galarian and destroyed like most of the civilizations and stuff. And apparently, Storyteller was there. He was an archmage of Elves of Skeonin before they left, and he stayed. And yeah, that's that. I will also need to talk to Erebus after that about her scabbard for some reason. Yeah, this stuff. Yeah, we'll need to visit the idea. Beginning of the long road. We've done that. Make it resin. Okay. Alright, and we need to visit this village somewhere. Okay. Well, let's go to the commander's tent. Let's talk to the queen. Let's get ourselves our army and whatever else. Okay. Well, there's stuff here, actually. Commander's chest. Okay, that's my chest. Just regular half plate. Okay, just regular armor. Okay, that's interesting. Some money. Gold powder. Okay, I don't think I need any of that though. Oh, there is. Who are you? Like, I don't know who you. Yeah, just regular half plate. Okay. So who do I talk to? To the queen, I'm guessing. Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendif appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now waits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Sosiel.
Okay, so that's who. Nura? And okay. I don't think I've seen his tent, though.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Okay.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Well, yeah, I kind of like, she implied that she has plans for us, so I kind of thought that exactly what that will happen. Also meta knowledge. Right? I have some question about my mission to retake Drazen.
Of course, I shall answer.
What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
Okay.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Drazen. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Drazen, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
Okay, it's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Drazen. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
Okay. What about long-term goals? But, like, how do they know that it's still, like, alive and well, like this banner? Do you know how to get rid of the World Wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real Knight Commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Drazen, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold. The very threshold of the Abyss.
Okay.
Wonderful.
No pressure then. Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first Wardstone in Canobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works.
Like, her pronunciation is, like, sometimes a bit weird, right? She, like, pronounces Canabras as Canabras and then Canobras or something, then Magus or something like that.
Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Canobras and were able to save this gift of Iomade. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Okay, whatever you say. You should know I received an unusual gift in caves beneath Canabras. A vision. I saw a death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me ability to reveal light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Okay, and what are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
My queen, I'd ask you to remain with us. We're simping so hard right now. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the crusade, and the blessing of Iomade that you carry may... And the blessing that of Iomade that you carry may be decisive in battle.
I hear a polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign? I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
Okay, cool.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
No, the task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Darren's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what is happening, that or he's holding his arm tightly in cheek. That's a great idea.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
Yeah, because I need my healer. The queen bestows a smile on you, then brings her gaze to rest on Darren's once more.
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Canobras has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post. But I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
The Count offers bow, either as a sign of respect or in order to hide his flustered face. Only the barest quaver can be heard in his voice.
Then let's get going. May Iyomade help us.
Okay then. Right, who do I need to talk to there? Nameless Ruins, right. Elon and his friends, yeah. While the world burns. The Inquisitor is waiting for the commander. Okay, so is Inquisitor going to be my companion? The young cleric wants to discuss something important. Okay. Crusade quests opening. The band of cultists who participated in the attack on Canabras is retreating in direction of Dresden. The first task of the commander's army is to capture and eliminate them. Okay. Cold Waters. Yeah. Okay. Lads, do I need to talk to you? So, tell me straight, how'd the brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. No idea what cobblers and crusaders say about you. Some say that Owlcat came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died and the honest-to-God's angels is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion at the alchemist lab. And I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But you really have changed since Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda stronger? More dangerous? I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. And by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or yourself. Well, I have to go now. Nice talk. See you later. So, now that the trouble in Canabras is in the past, it's time to visit the camp. Okay, we'll do that. But first, where was the oh, this is the guy we're looking for. That's the cleric. Oh, you're painting.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, no problem.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you and how can you be used
My name is
to my army?
Sosiel. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy. I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
Okay, you wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabras behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
Okay.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
So I'm assuming he's joining us as the companion, right? Okay. From Bravely sacrificed himself so that Sosiel could survive. Where though? In Canabras? I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. The other dude. Where is the other dude? The Inquisitor. I cannot see him. Maybe he's in one of the tents? Oh, right. People say you delivered trying Queen Gallifrey's patience. Is that true? Does it even matter? All men of high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path. And I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this math and Canabras will bring. I shall either commission a song about great Canabras' fiasco from certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order, a batch of silver dragon toys with detachable hats. Give me a week and they will be in every shop. You're a dragon who died for our future deserves respect, not your mockery. You should make sure it is real easy to rip the wings of your dragon trinket as well. Kids are going to love it. Okay, so how do you like your new role, advisor? You also enjoy poking with that stick, don't you? Imagine me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. The assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face. This idiotic journey leading straight into the demon's maw. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now, with the loveliest songstress and pitax on my arm, and a bottle of finest Keonian wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you for all this. Darren lets out a sigh. Well, actually, I think Cousin Gallifrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me. And I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault, but I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door and plot my revenge. He gives you an innocent smile. Did you also receive a fraction of unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Amday, then give me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine lightbringer of Mendiv even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving, the truth about the test of Starstone, the tamest one by far. Okay. Where is that dude, by the way? Where is the Inquisitor? Oh. Hey there. I congratulate you on your new rank, Commander. Even though if the miscreant I came to Mendiv to find is dead, I've decided to stay here a while longer. There's enough evil roaming these lands, and not all it comes from openly to the battlefield. Many criminals are hiding in the shadows, and I will be tracking them down, granting them peace as best I can. Have you decided to become a crusader? Well, I'm glad to have a new ally, I guess. I have to go. Okay, this is the scrolls guy.
I'm gone.
Sila and...
Something
What?
here.
Where? What is this? May Canabras be damned. I spit on the streets of Canabras. I spit on its granite walls and its stained glass windows. If tomorrow the ground trembles, splits apart and devours the city, cursed city, I will not shed one tear. No one here, not a single soul, deserves any compassion. Everyone who lives in this city is a criminal. If there were any justice in the world, every one of them would be hanged from the gallows. Prelate Hurlon and Queen Gallifrey chief among them. Ask anyone on the streets what they know of mongrels, and the answer will be dumb silence, or lowered eyes of a scoundrel who knows their crimes but doesn't want to think about it. Mongrel is a disgusting nickname, which the residents of the city have given to the brave Crusaders heroes who defeated the forces of evil, but paid for it with their health. Covered with the scabs and tumors, bloated and gnarled, they were no longer beautiful enough to be tolerated by the very people they saved. As a reward for their heroism, the city dwellers exiled them to the sewers and damp caves beneath the city. The arsenal of these words went down there and spoke with them. And I'll have you know that the ugliest of them is more noble than all the paladins of Mendev. Not to mention the head-chopping prelate and his murderous queen. If any pretend that these city dwellers aren't responsible for the crimes of their grandfathers, when I will spit in their then I will spit in their face, and for the grandchildren, where was it? For the grandchildren of the exiled are still down there, crawling in the mud and eating garbage, and everyone who knows about this and does nothing, and everyone who should know but prefers blissful ignorance, they say they're all guilty and they repeat the same crime every day. And as long as this doesn't change, any citizens who desire to fight the demon should take a knife and stab themselves in the stomach. Okay. Some sort of a...
Follow my steps.
Oh, is that the guy? Elan of the 100 Hertz? No, that's not the guy. Okay. Who are you? Healer. You've earned the title of Commander of Canabras still stands, but you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your eminence places a target on your back and the assassin. Okay. Oh. Do you know anything about the Pathfinder named Finian Dismar? Who? Let me check. Dismar. I definitely heard the name before. Of course you have. I'm a Pathfinder too. Oh, right. The talking weapon, right. So now you are the commander in these lands. What about Lady Auri? When I left for the wound, she had just taken up the position. He examined the talking weapon and chuckled sadly. I'm afraid Auri perished during the Third Crusade. Yes, now I remember. Finian Dismar went missing in the wound and at the end of the Second Crusade. His name has been on the list of the fallen for a while. Here I am, alive and well. Write it in your list that I'm back, and soon I'll file a detailed report about everything that happened to me. Finian's voice is full of joy. I knew it was a misunderstanding, but now everything will return to normal. I need to write it to my folks. They probably think I'm dead too. Poor lad. But such is the fate of Pathfinder. We face unknown, but sometimes the unknown wins, and our might cannot take it. Which influential crusaders did you save from who? Yeah? Anyways, I don't think it matters. I just think maybe it will trigger something with my sword. Okay. Did it trigger anything with my sword? No.
Let's head out.
No, that's the tent of the historian, right? Yeah, that's, do you want to talk about anything, Knight Commander? How can I help you? There is much I can do. Just ask. You've probably heard about the wound I have, and the one that sometimes opens on my chest. Can you perhaps tell me if it's some kind of demonic curse? Yes, indeed. I've been told of your affliction. Can you will the wound open? No? That's a shame. What can you tell me about this wound? Well, it's difficult to say. I know of blades that leave never healing cuts, of poisons that stop wounds from healing. I've heard of witches' curses that are rewarded with eternal wounds, but wounds that seem to reopen and heal over and over? Perhaps you know of other cases like this? Let me think. In 4671, a Mendiff army corporal had all his bones and cartilage turned to glass. In 4700, a scribe in Canabras had all her skin simply come away like she'd been boiled. Well, basically, no, she doesn't. Do you think it's dangerous? Most likely it is. Most likely it's dangerous, but you're under protection of Iomedae, Commander. She granted you a mythic power, as they say. Surely Inheritor would not leave you to face this alone. Have you perhaps noticed the wound opens at the moment when you waver in your faith? Perhaps it is triggered by doubt. Okay, thank you for your answers. I have to go. Where is this dude that I need to talk to? Am I missing something? No. Nope. Irabeth.
Let us be careful.
He should be somewhere, right? Oh, right, he probably is in the chapel. Right, he's an Inquisitor? That makes sense. Oh, there he is. There he is. Commander, let me personally congratulate you on your new title. Thank you for your time in advance. I'm Leader Hogblade, Inquisitor of the Church of Iomedae, the Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, Count Darren, basically that guy, Oracle. Are you one of the Prelate Hurlan followers? Litter's face freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. What is your opinion on his atrocities? Litter is silent for a while. Usually people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessors, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, and that mission imposes certain obligations upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Hurlan's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. He was an extraordinary man, the vengeful sword of our goddess in human form. He was fighting in the vanguard, fearless, and taking down demons, exposing the cultists, plotting all by himself. He had served the Inquisition twice as long as I have, and eventually his own paranoia and a monumental sense of responsibility eroded his mind. May Iomedae guard his soul. Okay. What brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomedae in an investigation at utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I am calling upon you. Inquisitor open face instantly reveals his feelings. His frown and looks through you, lost in thought for a moment. I suppose that you have already heard about Count Arande's story, referred to the tragedy at the Heaven's Edge estate. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendiv before the whirlwind, and yet on that day it turned into a labyrinthian house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spent many hours? Found the demon dead, with their heads cut off, while we got into a state. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present in the estate, who are said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the holy warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Gate? Heaven's Edge, or whatever. You're the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of this event is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you to near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He's unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as a commander, expresses your wish to visit the estate, he will be obliged to fulfill it, and will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, a myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. As I'm not sure which one of these led to the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid, the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. Could not be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. Okay. If I've already been to the state several times, what do you expect to find now? I was young and an inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I have paid dearly for that. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Most all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in the question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Why can't you search the estate yourself without me? Did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to the severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared, and at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Silena. That was all he would tell me. We had found the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rare chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There is no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. So you suspected Darien hiding something? That he's to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refused to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There is a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and the prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Ariadne wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malice in our country at the time. Prelate Hurlin himself examined the boy right after the tragedy, and he didn't see anything awry with him. Fine, I'll help you. What do you need me to do? Thank you, Commander. Now, I ask you to speak to Count and tell him that you wish to see the Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You will have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask them me. I'll remain here for a while. Well, I have to go. Let's talk to to the guy. Let's tell him we like want to visit his estate. Hey there, bud. I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Ariadne estate someday. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking, now that I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise a new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy the banquet in a bona fide haunted house. Since you are my superior and I'm your advisor, I'm obliged to ask your permission to leave for festivities, and I want to invite you too. I'm the commander. I'm sure Commander couldn't free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on the leave. Alright, deal. Okay. So I need to go to there. Okay. Cool. Oh, right. I need to talk to Tirabate about the scabbard, right? Let's go talk to her. She's here. Right, yeah. Commander, allow me to say something. Before you... This wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out for decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons stacked the city, for some it was a relief, and at least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and vague hope that if nobody found Anevia's body, she might, by some miracle, have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me, and when I nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again, then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that, she says with a snap of her fingers. The Queen believes in your powers too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anevia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure the Crusade will achieve what others could not. I found the scabbard, the family name, on it in the Grey Garrison. The scabbard has held the solemn hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home and became a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with it, my heirloom, willingly to help someone dear to me. Aveni needed expensive healing, and having no other way to produce the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I hope to redeem the solemn hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anevia sick? Well, forgive me if I don't go into detail. It's a private matter. Suffice to say, everything is fine now. The treatment is costly, but it was worth it. I can see that you truly love her. Okay, fine. You have my parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have the scabbard back. Thank you. Can you get me more soldiers? When we begin march on Dresden, we chose to speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, then they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that our army coffers could afford it. Sure. Let's spend some money. Merging and splitting. Oh! If two of your armies stand next to each other, on the global map. You can transfer units between them by clicking the button next to the army name. Upon exchanging troops, the number of movement points for each army will become equal to the lowest value. Click the I button next to the army name on the left. Will take you to the army management screen. Here you can set your units starting position at the beginning of combat. You can split your units by holding Ctrl or Shift and moving the unit to a different slot. You can also create a new army here by clicking the button on the right. Okay. It's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Thank you, Commander. It's an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent story from Stolen Lands and River Kingdoms. Just imagine coming from nowhere and making it all the way to the Royal Crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow. But then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts, of course. We don't fight for rewards, the fate of the world is at stake, and yet Erebut's blush deepens and she falls silent. Well, I have to go. Anyways, yeah, I think I'll make a cut here and we'll continue in the next episode, which we probably will be going and doing the quests, probably. I will off-screen talk to all the people that I can, and we'll see, maybe we'll get some more new quests. Thank you guys for watching, hopefully you enjoyed it, and goodbye.